Have you ever wondered what God's voice sounds like? This question has intrigued humankind for centuries. We often find ourselves yearning for divine guidance, a still small voice in the silence of our hearts. But understanding and hearing God's voice can be a mystery, shrouded in the complexities of human perception and interpretation. As we embark on this journey today, we aim to demystify this concept a bit by exploring 10 things that God's voice will never say. So, what are some things that God's voice will never say? Let's count down. Starting at number 10, God's voice will never tell you that you're not worthy. His love is as vast as the universe, and it's unconditionally bestowed upon each one of us. Regardless of our shortcomings, our missteps, or our perceived failures, the divine voice never labels us as unworthy. His voice is a light of acceptance, a reminder that we are inherently valuable just as we are. It is a voice that encourages growth, not shame. Remember, God's voice uplifts, never demeans. At number 9, God's voice will never tell you that you're alone. Imagine the comfort of a warm embrace, the steadfast presence of a loyal friend. This is how God's presence feels, a constant companion, a ceaseless whisper of reassurance in the winds of life. In the darkest nights and brightest days, God's omnipresence is your unwavering hope and light. The divine voice doesn't echo in empty chambers, it resonates within and around you. Remember this, in God's presence you are never alone. Number 8 on our list, God's voice will never say there's no hope. You see, God is the author of hope, the beacon of light in our darkest hours. He promises not just hope, but also a future. A future that is full of potential, brimming with possibilities. No matter how dire your circumstances, God's promise of hope remains. It's a lifeline in the storm, a promise that better days are ahead. Remember, with God, there is always hope. Coming in at number 7, God's voice will never say, "I don't forgive you." The essence of divinity is boundless mercy, an ocean of forgiveness that washes away our transgressions. Imagine a love so profound it transcends our mistakes, our guilt, our shame. It is in this boundless love and mercy where we find the voice of God, a voice that whispers reassurances of forgiveness, even when we struggle to forgive ourselves. Remember, my friends, God's mercy is everlasting. At number 6, God's voice will never tell you that you're not capable. One of the most empowering aspects of divine wisdom is the unwavering faith in human potential. You see, God doesn't create incomplete works. Each one of us is imbued with a unique set of skills, talents, and abilities. God's voice is the spark that lights the fire of potential within us, encouraging us to strive, to grow, and to overcome. Remember, God believes in your abilities. Halfway through at number 5, God's voice will never say it's too late. Time, as we perceive it, doesn't bind the divine. God's grace is timeless, a constant light of hope and change. It's a reminder that no matter the hour, the day, or the years that have passed, there's always an opportunity for transformation. We're allowed to learn, to grow, to make amends. Remember, with God, the doors to change are always open. In God's eyes, it's never too late. Number 4, God's voice will never say, "I don't love you." Imagine a love that is boundless, a love that sees no fault, a love that forgives before the mistake is even made. This is the love that the divine holds for each and every one of us. It's a love that is not measured in human terms, but in the infinite space of the universe. It's a love that does not waver, does not falter, and does not cease. God's love is unfaltering. At number 3, God's voice will never say, "I have favorites." You see, the divine essence of God is impartiality. This means that God doesn't play favorites. His love is vast, encompassing, and extends equally to all his creations. Whether you're a saint or a sinner, a king or a commoner, God's love for you remains steadfast and unchanging. His affection is not conditional, nor is it limited. So remember, in the eyes of the divine, everyone is cherished. God loves all his children equally. Number 2 on our list, God's voice will never say, "I can't help you." This statement contradicts the very essence of the divine, which is omnipotence. God, being all-powerful, is always capable and ready to offer assistance. There's no hurdle too high, no problem too complex, no heartache too deep that God cannot reach and provide comfort. There's no too big a mess that God can't fix. Regardless of how hopeless your troubles may seem, remember that divine aid is but a heartfelt prayer away. God is always ready to help, and He hears you. And finally, at number 1, God's voice will never say, "I don't exist." Now, this may seem paradoxical, but bear with me. For those of us who believe God's existence is an irrefutable reality, His voice is a constant whisper in our lives, a subtle nudge guiding us, a warm embrace comforting us, a light of hope when we're lost. This voice, this divine communication, it's not an auditory hallucination, it's a spiritual connection, an intimate dialogue between the soul and its creator. The existence of God isn't something that can be proven or disproven with scientific equations or philosophical arguments. It's a deeply personal journey of faith, a profound understanding that transcends human reasoning. It's an unwavering belief in the unseen, the untouchable, the unfathomable. So when you feel that gentle whisper in your heart, know that it's God speaking to you, reminding you of His unending presence. God's voice is a testament to His existence. So, there we have it. The 10 things God's voice will never say to you. It's a profound journey we've been on, isn't it? One that has reminded us of the tenets of faith, hope, love, and the ever-presence of a divine entity. We've debunked some of the misconceptions about what God's voice would say, reaffirming that you're worthy, you're not alone, and there's always hope. God's voice will never condemn you as incapable or unforgivable, and it will never pronounce it's too late or that you're unloved. It will never play favorites, nor will it ever express inability to help. And most importantly, God's voice will never question its own existence. This voice, the voice of God, is a beacon of light in our darkest hours, a wellspring of hope in times of despair, and a testament to an infinite love that accepts us as we are. Remember, God's voice is a voice of love and hope, always with you and never against you.